Hello YouTube folks. Ever thought about living under one of the worst dictatorships ever seen? Rigged elections, heavy censorship leaving you in the dark about what's happening outside, even in your own country. Since school, the state starts brainwashing you, making you believe that life in the country is wonderful and everything outside is just misery. Everything needs authorization, from going to another city to getting a haircut, following a catalog. Electricity? Either non-existent or doesn't work all day. In some places, hunger is so severe that people resort to eating rats, grass, mud, insects, and tree bark just to survive. And even if brainwashing doesn't work on you, fear does. If you complain or show any sign of disloyalty, you could be publicly executed or sent to a concentration camp, where you'll be treated like a slave, subjected to torture, even more hunger, and living in such terrible conditions that you'd wish you were executed. Sounds like something out of a book, like in 1984, but it's not. While you're watching this video, people are living this right now. It's not a movie, not a nightmare, it's sad reality. There's nothing like North Korea. Chances are, if you're watching this video, you're not there, not even as a tourist. But let's imagine something happens and you end up there, maybe by accident, like a hang gliding mishap, or who knows, a reincarnation. One thing's for sure, you'd want to get out. It's not impossible, but it's very difficult. Let's discover 8 ways to escape from North Korea. Before anything else, it's good to know the risks. The worst of them is dying in the process. North Korean soldiers are ordered to shoot anyone trying to cross the borders. But strangely, sometimes it's better to get caught, because if you do, you'll be immediately sent to one of those concentration camps. So, you need to be willing to risk your life, so much so that many refugees are ready to take their own lives if something goes wrong. It's also important not to leave anyone behind in North Korea, as there's a guilt by association policy. If you flee, they can arrest up to 3 generations of your family and even your friends. So, if you don't have family, it's better, but if you do, try to take them with you. Now let's look at the ways to escape. 1. Through South Korea. The most obvious route is through the southern neighbor. However, it's not easy at all, as the border is one of the most heavily guarded in the world, with a demilitarized zone full of mines and soldiers ready to shoot. But many take the risk and try. 2. By sea. For those who prefer the sea, it's possible to try, but it's also risky, as the government puts many patrols, especially near the coast. Some try swimming or using tires, but very few succeed. 3. Through the South Korean embassy. Another option is to try to reach a South Korean embassy, either in Russia or China, where once inside, you are considered part of South Korean territory. 4. Through China. It's also possible to try to cross the northern border into China and then seek help to get to South Korea, although this is also risky and difficult. 5. Passing through Mongolia. Mongolia is an option for some, but it's also difficult, as it requires crossing deserts and passing through Chinese checkpoints. 6. Heading to Thailand. For those who prefer a longer route, Thailand can be an option, although it also has its challenges, especially when passing through Laos. 7. Going west. Some North Koreans choose to go west instead of South Korea, although this is also difficult and time-consuming, requiring help from NGOs and refugee programs. 8. Through concentration camps. For the North Korean elite, an option is to be selected to work in other countries, which can facilitate escape. Each of these ways has its own challenges and risks, but for those wishing to escape oppression in North Korea, they are options that can be considered. However, remember that even after escape, the danger still persists, as North Korea has spies all over the world, ready to bring back any defectors. So, it's important to always be alert and careful even after successfully escaping. Let's be grateful for the freedoms we have and never forget those who still suffer under oppressive regimes. Until next time.